Yield my time to the gentleman from Colorado, co-chair of the Values Action Team, Mr. Doug Lamborn.
Madam Speaker, and I thank the lady from Missouri for her courage and backbone in supporting these vital social issues. I rise today to speak on the dangers of H.R. 5, the so-called Equality Act. This bill would have disastrous effects on our culture. H.R. 5 would not only turn the Civil Rights Act on its head, it would harass individuals and entities who are merely seeking to exercise their sincerely held religious beliefs. Under the current text, countless faith-based businesses and nonprofits across the country would simply cease to exist. I'm not convinced my colleagues across the aisle understand the far-reaching consequences of the so-called Equality Act. The reality is that churches could be forced to violate their beliefs simply to stay open if it were enforced as written. This awful legislation also creates fundamental inequalities for many Americans. Parents sending their kids to public schools would live in fear that their young daughter would have to use the same locker room or restroom as a man because the Equality Act would open the door to biological males self-identifying as females. I have introduced an amendment to the Equality Act protecting accommodations, choosing to designate private, single-sex spaces, such as restrooms or locker rooms. I hope the Democrat majority allows a vote on this common-sense amendment that tens of millions of American parents want. In addition, the act would significantly disadvantage women participating in sex-specific sports leagues. That's why I've also introduced an amendment originally filed as a bill last Congress by Democratic Representative Tulsi Gabbard, protecting equal opportunities for women and girls in high school and college sports. This amendment of mine seeks to protect women and girls simply wanting to compete against other biological women and girls on a level playing field. Women and children suffer when Democrat policies are enacted. Women's sports and the girls and young women who just simply want to compete with other females on an equal basis will be the victims of Democrat policies. I adamantly oppose the Radical Equality Act, and I hope my colleagues on both sides of the aisle will take a stand and oppose it as well. And I yield back the balance of my time.